Hello! I am going to tell you about the history of the Lego Company. I apologize if the screen looks kind of weird. I'm recording a computer screen. Alright, so, all about the Lego Company. The origin of the name Lego is an abbreviation of Danish words leggat, which means play well. So they took the lay and go and put them together to get Lego. And the name was not made until 2 years after the business itself was created. Now, the beginning of the company. The group was founded in 1932 by, I know I'm going to mess up this name, I apologize, Ole Kirk Christensen? He was a master carpenter and joiner, and his son started working in the Lego business himself when he was only 12 years old. In 1934, the company only had 6 or 7 workers. Now make sure you remember this because later we're going to revisit and see how many there are closer to today's date. The Lego Company right now is almost 85 years old. I did not realize it was around that long. So they've come really far since they started. In the 1943, there were only about 40 workers for the company. And they first started getting plastic molding machines in 1947, so they were able to start making toys out of plastic instead of just wood. And in 1949, the first of the Legos we know of today were made. They only had 4 and 8 studs. Like here, you got the 8, cut it in half, that's the 4. That's all they made. And they were hollow at the bottom. In the 1954, they made windows and doors so you can make little buildings look more realistic. In 1956 is when they first introduced people, Lego people. They were only bicyclists and motorists, though. They only drove cars and bikes. And in 1958, they had 140 employees. And now, the Lego bricks, as we saw here, they're hollow inside. Each brick had the Lego logo on the inside of the brick. 1960s. Sales were finally able to be made here in Canada. They did not start in this country. So it took a little while to get here, but obviously they are super popular here today. The year after that, they made wheels, and those wheels actually took them 4 years to design and figure out how they wanted them to be made before they actually released them. And it really made a big difference. I know when I'm playing with Legos, I love to build vehicles. And I've seen a lot of you playing with them too. In 1966, there were 57 different kinds of Lego sets and 25 different vehicles made. So since those wheels were released, a lot of vehicles have been created. That year, there were also 706 million different Lego elements made each year. That is a lot of Legos. And by that year, the Legos were now sold in 42 different countries. 1970s and 80s. In 1970, there had been 1.8 billion Lego bricks made. Can you imagine how many Legos that would be? In 1975, they had 2,500 employees. Now remember, that's up from about 6 or 7 when they first started. In 1978, they started their minifigures. We see these all the time now. You can change their heads to go with different bodies, put helmets and hats on them, lots of different stuff. In 1980, 70% of all Western European families with kids under 14 now owned Legos. 1982 was Lego's 50th birthday. And in 1987, they had almost 6,000 employees. That is a lot of workers. That is 1,000 times more workers than what they started with. But they still go up from there, we'll see. And in that year, they started making the Lego bricks we know of today. The ones you typically see. 1990s and 2000s. 1990, Lego was in the top 10 toy companies in the whole world. In 1996, they first launched their website, lego.com. Don't go there without a parent. 2000s, mission and fundamental beliefs. their mission had now become children are our role models, which I think is really cool. A lot of times people say your parents are your role models, your teachers are your role models, but kids can be role models too. They can teach us to have fun and use our imagination. You guys can teach us a lot. And in the year 2000, they had 500 million workers. Think of that jump from what we last said. 2005, the Lego Factory Online started. I thought this was so cool, and I didn't really know this was a thing. You can design what you want online with the Lego bricks and then order the bricks that you used for that to be able to make that exact design in person. So you get just the pieces you need for that. And 2008 was the Lego brick that we know of now. It was their 50th anniversary. In 2011, they became the third largest toy company in the whole world in sales. So they've really grown as a company since they first started. In 2016, they had over 18,000 Sorry, I messed up my note on that. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be. 2018, they first started coding with Legos. So they're becoming a lot more modern with technology with even Legos these days. And I also found this list of the positive reasons why people should get Legos. So here's the list. 1. Unlimited play potential. There are so many options of what you can do and what you can make. Number 2, they're for girls and boys. Anybody can play with them. 3, they are fun for any age. They make Legos for younger kids. I'm sure you've seen the bigger bricks, so they're harder to swallow for little kids. 4, you can play them all year, summer, winter, inside, outside. They're very durable. I'm sure you've stepped on one before and felt how much it hurts. They are very durable. Number 5, they are healthy and quiet. It is a nice quiet activity. It keeps you using your imagination, and it works on your fine motor skills. Number 6, you can play for a long time. There are endless possibilities of what you can do and make with them, so you can keep busy all day with Legos if you really wanted. Number 7, they help develop with your development, your imagination, and creativity. Number 8, the more Legos, the greater the value. Number 9, extra sets are available, so you can always add on to what you have. And number 10, they have quality in every detail. And those are the sources of where I got my things from if you're at all interested to learn more.